Hey everybody, this is Warboss Fitz. Welcome back to the garage, and today we are playing on our new table. Now this table, I'm not sure if anyone saw it because I have a view count of like 4, but this table we built in an episode. I show taking my old table apart, putting this new table together. I didn't think about it at the time, but Mrs. Warboss told me that, hey, this is your first face reveal on that video. So in case you want to see the old Warboss's ugly face, you can just go over there and check it out. But today is the opening of Spooky Week, which is a bad name because it's going to go all the way until the end of October. So is it Spooky Week and a half, 2 weeks? I don't know, whatever day this is. I got a couple games panned out to do it. So what we have today is we're going to have the ghostly undead versus the halflings in a 1,000 point game. We're going to go over the army. Let's start off with the halflings. Now, the halfling army is the reason why this is only 1,000 points, because it took so long to find decent halfling files for this. That's why I'm going to try to list all the manufacturers down the video below, but it seems like everybody who makes halflings makes like one good unit. So like the archers are definitely from a different manufacturer than the veterans, who are different than my warriors, who are actually just villagers. And those aren't even halflings. I just kind of kit bash them out of stuff. But let's go over the list. Over here, let's start off with two units of marksmen, all armed with short bows. And in both squads, we have a leader who's also a shaman, who's caster 2. Now, all of my units that have casters, which is most of them, I modeled the casters as bards. So I got this guy, and then over here we got Halfling Tenacious D. So we'll get to those later. This isn't the greatest halfling army in the world. This is just a tribute. 2 squads of 10 veterans, again with leaders. There's our Tenacious D over there. Oh no, we have a squad of 20 warriors with a champion. So he's not a caster, so he's not a bard. He's just a dude with a really big weapon. He's armed with a heavy great weapon, and all the warriors are armed with just hand weapons. And then in the back, 10 beast riders, and they're all on battle chickens. Now this is the battle chocobos. And the riders on the back, I didn't use the riders that came with the chocobos. That's just town guard riders from somewhere. Again, I'll link it, or at least give a description of what the file is down below, because I've been putting these files together for months for this army. So sometimes if I get a file, I just kind of like put it all in one folder, and then when I go to print stuff, I'm like, oh, who made that? I forgot. And then finally, we have the leader of the Beast Rider squad riding on his battle chicken with his great weapon, just being all badass there. I think that's part of the files called the Halfling Witch Hunters. So there you have it. Those are going to be our defenders for today. And here's our attackers today, the Ghostly Undead. We have a list of 20 Ghost Horde, 5 Banshees with an Ancient Banshee, 5 Glaive Stalkers, 10 Wraiths. In the back, there's a Ghost Chariot. I had a lot of fun making these guys. Again, I'm going to post down in the bottom. I think these come from 3 different manufacturers, or 3 different designers. So I'll link them down in the bottom with either their Myminifactory or direct link if they have it. So for our deployment, we went for 12 inches down at each side. I believe that's called front lines. And then we have one objective in the middle for King of the Hill, because both of them, the halflings want them gone and they want the halfling's soul. So King of the Hill, that works. We're also going to put a secondary in where every unit is worth 1 victory point. If the unit routs or is killed entirely, it's worth 1 victory point. So for a deployment with the halflings, all the way on the flank, we have the Chicken Riders, unit of veterans, a unit of archers in the building, a unit of archers next to the building, the big unit of warriors there next to the building, and then the unit of veterans on the side, all the way over there. And then for the Ghostly Undead, we have the Ghost Chariot, unit of Wraiths, the big mob of ghosts. Then the Glaive Stalkers, and then the Banshee and the Ancient Banshee are in ambush. We're going to try something a little different this time. Again, we're going to do it instead of the dice box. I'm going to roll the dice right on the table. We'll see how this works as far as formatting and editing goes. It's just going to be one big long video that I have to edit down. So we're going to see. The ghosts got a 6, and the halflings got a 3. The ghosts are going to go first. We're going to start with the Ghost Chariot. It is going to go 12 inches straight ahead. Over from that point. Never everybody. Everybody in the Ghost Army has Strider and stuff, so it just go right through the difficult terrain. And he's a caster, but he's not going to cast anything, so he's going to hold on to his 2 caster points. Alright, first activation for the Halflings. If you'll notice, I switched out the objective to just make it look better. That's the control area. These guys are going to move forward 4 inches. Because their big thing is they want to get to the point and make sure no one else can take it. The wraiths are going to go right through all the terrain, 12 inches. Go and sit on that point. Well, they're gonna go 12 inches to sit on that point, and they're gonna stay outside of 12 of that building, so that their ethereal stealth could do something for them. So these veterans are gonna go ahead and go forward 8. Our unit Bard here is going to cast Lightfoot on these 2 units, which gives him extra movement. He would cast something at the chariot, but from the base he is more than 9 inches away, so none of his real damaging spells can do anything. So he needs, it's only a 1, he's a caster 2, and it fails anyways. The Horde of Ghosts. 12 inches. There's a little marker. Lets me know they've gone. Moving on to this unit of veterans. Now our second member of Tenacious D over here is going to cast Strong Heart on the veterans and the chickens. It's a power 2, so he needs a 4+ to cast it. And what this is going to do is give each unit +1 to hit next time they charge, and we fail again. Thus, continuing the tradition of War Boss Bits is not allowed to use any psychic powers or any magic, because I have the tactical cunning of a brick to the face. Now, the glaive stalkers on this side, they are fast, so they can go that far, but we're not gonna. They're gonna go to about here, just to hang out again behind the difficult terrain. Because if they went up too far, they'd get charged. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait to see how things develop for that. Now the chickens. Just because the way activation is going to work, they know that the undead are going to go first next turn, so they are going to kind of poke their heads back here. We're going to hang out over here behind the veterans, because there's no reason to put our quick reaction force in a spot where it's just going to get jumped on. And because, you know, they're chickens. Now, our last 2 units activated, these 2 here. We're going to put these guys... They're going to come forward a bit on this side. Just to a spot where they're going to be able to take shots. Guys on the roof. Just going to shuffle to the edge. Now they both have casters. So our guy up top here is going to cast Luck the Ancients over on this veterans in the chicken unit. Is that in frame? Yeah, the chicken unit. So he needs more than a 1. Oh, wow. Okay. This unit here is going to cast Cleansing Spirit on the Ghost Horde. Oh my goodness, it finally goes off. So what that is 1 hit with a blast of 9, so that means it's going to hit 9 guys. They save on a 6. So there's 1 save. Now they're ethereal, so that means that they have regeneration, or the ethereal version. So 1, 2, 3 more stopped. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gone. And they're still over half, so we don't need no check. So now that I've gotten ahead of myself, it's time to use the bows. So this unit of marksman here on the ground is going to fire there. And normally it'd be a 5 to hit, but because they're ethereal, it means they have stealth, they're going to be a -1 to hit. Because, you know, shooting bows at ghosts. Need 6s to hit. And we got nothing. So then, we're going to do these guys here on the building. They're going to continue picking on that unit that they just blasted. Again, they're over 12. So they're going to need 6s to hit. Oh, well, we got 3 hits there. Okay. 6s to wound. Or 6s to save. 1 save. The ethereal regeneration failed 2, so 2 more go away. That brings us to the end of turn 1, and the battle lines are just kind of moving forward. And we're going to have some clashes this turn. So first person to activate on turn number 2 is the Undead. First activation is going to be the Chariot, and it's going to cast the spell first. It already has 2, so it's up to 4. And I'm gonna use the big white dice for casting, so it's easier to see on camera. It's gonna cast Voracious Spirits on the unit of warriors. So that's power 3. It's gonna burn all 4 points. So it needs a 3. And it passes. So that's gonna be 6 hits with AP 2. Their armor's only a 5, so it needs 6s to save. Oh, we got 2 6s, so it'll be 4 dead halfling warriors. 4 dead hobbitses. And continuing its reign of terror, it is now going to activate and charge the unit of veterans there. Boom. Let's go to the other side for a better angle. There, that looks better. So, first off, 4 impact hits hitting on a 2. So, 3 impact hits. Saving on a 4. Hey, all 3 save. Good job, guys. 2 attacks hitting on a 4 with Lance. So, 1 hits. It's AP 1, so saving on a 5. Oh, there's going to be 1 down. And then 2 hoof attacks. Both hit. Saving on a 4. Both fail. But then our halflings get to pile in here. Take those 3 out. Okay, so our halflings have piled in, and then they're going to hit. They normally hit on a 4, but because they're fighting against a ghost, it has the chilling rule, which means everything's -1 to hit. So 5's to hit. Okay, so we got 4 hits. That was a 6, I swear. And then all the ethereal stuff has a save of a 6, which, oh, there's 2. And then, because they all have regeneration on a 5, so the cart takes 2 wounds. So the cart is down to 4 wounds left. Get in there, dice. There we go. Kind of fits nice right there. And then the veterans have to take a morale test, which they fail. So that means they're going to become pinned because there's still more than half of them there. Time for this veteran unit over here, because those ghosts are 9 inches away, which is further than what they can normally do. Tenacious D over here is going to cast Lightfoot and pass. So the veterans and the chickens, which are kind of out of frame, are both going to get +2 to their charge. It'd be +1 to normal, and then +2 to charge. So that means they get to go 10. Even though we're short and stumpy. Natural born sprinters. Oh, that's dwarfs. Fast over short distances. In this situation, those ghosts are not chilling. So the yellow, which are our veterans, are going to hit on a 4. The greens are the leader. He's going to hit on a 5 because he's more concerned with strumming his little banjo. And I'm rolling them all together because AP doesn't matter, because everything in the Ghost Army has a defense of 6. And then regeneration. So they lose 3. Now our ghosts are going to pile in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them are left. They hit on a 5. Oh no, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, so there's 10 of them left. That means that they are low enough they have to take a test. Save on a 5, or pass on a 5, they fail. And now I'm going to remember how to do the undead rule. So they failed the morale test, but since they're undead, they automatically count as passed. And everybody has to roll dice. And on a 1 to 3, they take a wound. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 4 more of them go away. So the undead's turn, our unit of wraiths are going to fly across the field and slam into the unit of halfling warriors. So they have 10 attacks hitting on a 3. 6 hits. Now the halfling save on a 6, and this also has a reap, which reap doesn't come into effect, and they only kill 3 of the halflings. So their attacks back. They have furious, but they didn't charge. So the yellow's going to need 5s, the green's going to need 4s. Save it on a 6. Failed them both. Regeneration. Failed 1. So the halflings lost combat. Need to stick around, save for a 4. And they pass. Our unit of marksmen. Gotta go kind of wiggle them around here. Just a wiggle. Just a wiggle. That was the wobbly model syndrome. He goes over there now. The caster is going to cast Strongheart, needs a 4, and it passes. So he's going to give this unit and the chickens, which is 12 inches just on the other side, he's going to give them +1 attack when they charge. And they're going to fire into the wraiths, and they're close enough now to where the stealth effect doesn't take effect. So they're going to hit on a 5. Save it on a 6. Regeneration fails. So 1 more wraith down. The glaive guys over here, they're just out of range to charge the chickens, so they're going to charge in this unit of veterans here. They're going to charge in, even though it's probably not the best. They need to make some kind of progress on the battlefield, otherwise they'll be sitting in that field all day. So they have one impact attack each. They all hit. Since they're veterans, they save on a 4. So they lose 2 right there. Then they have one attack each with rending, hitting on a 5, which everything misses. So just because they have the opportunity to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we'll move the little marker out of the way. We'll just do this. So 9 guys are going to attack back. Need 6s to hit. Hey, we got 1. Saves on a 6. Regens on a 6. Or regens on a 5. So we're good. So the veterans lost combat by 2. That's cocked as hell. And they're good. They're not going to pin or nothing. So now, the glorious charge of the chickens. Since they got the spell on them to go faster, and the spell on them to have more attacks, they're going to come in and slam home into that unit. That looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? Just all the yellow in there. Oh my rabid chickens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be close enough to do impact attacks. Hitting on 2. Ooh. Again, AP doesn't matter because everybody's a ghost. Saving on a 6. Regenning on a 5. So we lose 2. So then all their attacks, all their juiced up attacks, it's only hitting on a 5 though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, 20 attacks. 5 hits. Saving on the 6. 1 save, 1 really cocked dice. Okay, so there's 4. Regeneration. So they lose 2 more. Oh no, that means there's 1 guy left over. And now we're going to do the leader. He's going to march his way over here just for effect. He's standing right there. With all the bonuses, he gets 4 attacks, hitting on a 5. 2 hits. Saving on a 6. 2 fails. Regen on a 5. Alright, so that will be the end of that unit. Glory to the Squawk Brigade. Last activation for the Undead. The Ghosts are going to pile into the veterans. Since they've already fought this turn, they need to hit on a 6. Which we got nothing. And then since they activated combat, the veteran's going to attack back. 6 to hit. Oh, they're motivated. We at least got 3 of them. 6 to save. 5s for regeneration. So this goes 3. 5 up for their panic test, which they fail, but they pass because they're undead. And 2 more ghosts go away. We're down to a single ghost. Oh no! So our last 3 units of halflings, they're just going to unpin. That's all they could do. These warriors are going to fight in close combat. Since they already fought once, they're going to charge in this time, which will activate the Furious. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. Well, 12 in the leader. Hitting on a 6. 1 hit, which, because they're Furious, makes it into 2. Saving on a 6. Regen on a 5. Okay, so 1 Wraith dies. Then the champion, he has 3 attacks, hitting on a 6. Everything fails. The Wraith's attacking back, 6s to hit. Everything fails. So they fail combat there. I believe their quality's a 3. Oh, that's cocked. Quality's a 3, and they pass. Last activation is going to be these marksmen on the roof. They're going to fire at that lone ghost. It's within 12, so there's no stealth effect. 1, 2 hits. Saving on a 6. Oh, save 1. Regen on a 5. It fails, so that will be the last of the ghost. We'll do the turn recap from this side now. Battle lines have clashed. The marksmen are just sitting in the building, plinking out arrows. And then combat over there has not gone how I thought it was going to go. Overall score so far is the halflings are up 2-0 because they have 2 unit kills. Moving on to turn number 3. First activation of turn number 3, our banshees have decided to show up and they are just going to scream at the chickens. So with all the yelling they're going to do, they hit on a 3, and it is 14 shots into the chickens. Okay, now the chickens save on a 5. So they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chickens go down. Okay, the chickens are still a bit over half strength, so they don't need to make a test, but they're definitely, that definitely shows how fragile the chickens are. Over here, we're going to activate these veterans. Our bard is going to give Strongheart to this squad and this squad on a 4. Let me angle the camera a little better. On a 4. And it fails. Oh, that would have been so nice. But, alright, so the veterans are just going to attack now. Yellow should need a 4 and green should need a 5, but because the chilling effect of the ethereal chariot, the yellows need a 5 and the green need a 6. So we got 3 attacks, so saving on a 6. 2 saves. Cocked all the hell. And the last one was regenerated. So then the chariot has 2 attacks with the hooves, 2 attacks with the lance, but lance doesn't matter because it's not charging. Hits on a 4. Whiffs everything. Alright, so combat here was a whole lot of nothing. The chariot, we're going to go off. We're going to go off of that guy right there. It's going to move 8 inches, lantern to lantern, and then it's going to use its Banshee Howl at those veterans. 6 attacks hitting on a 4. And then it's AP 1, so it'll be 5 to save for the veterans. And they lose 2. Oh, they're not below half yet, so they don't need to make a test. Last thing it's going to do, just to be mean, it's going to fire off Vicious Spirits at the chickens. Needs a 5. And it fails. Chickens are going to come back to try to deal with this problem. First off, impact hits hitting on a 2. They all hit. Banshees, like all the other ghosts, save on a 6. Go 1 save. Then regeneration. So 4 of the Banshees go down. Attacks with the chickens and the leader. Now the Banshees have chilling, so that means that this is all -1 to hit, which normally it's a 5, now it's a 6. We end up with 3 hits. Saving on a 6. Failed them all. Regenerating. Failed them all. So 1, 2, 3. She's got 1 wound left. Now, our leader has Assassin, which is the takedown skill. The takedown skill means he gets 1 attack that hits on a 2. I don't know if chilling would affect it, so let's just, for sake of brevity, say it will. So this is going to hit on a 3. It hits. Well, you can't see it because of the tree. It hits. Saving on a 6. And she passes. Well, can't argue with that. She's going to attack back. 3 attacks, hit on a 3. 2 hits. Saves on a 5. 1 more chicken goes down. So now she failed combat. She passes on a 3. And she's going to pass. Last activation for the Undead is going to be the Wraiths. We have 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 left. We're going to hit on a 3. Halfling save on a 6. With Reap. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then because it's a 1, it's going to be 6, 7. Then the little hobbitses are going to go back in. 8 attacks hitting on a 5. Oh, they're motivated right now. Saving on a 6. Regen on a 5. So the 3 Wraiths go down. But the Wraiths still win combat. He's the champion, so his quality's a 4. So they're going to pass. The Undead's all done. Now it's just time for the Hobbitses or the Halflings. These guys are... Oh, they're actually in range to charge. They're going to charge. Little Tenacious D here is going to try to cast Strongheart again on him, and we'll say them. Needs a 4. Fails. Once again, continuing my streak of can't do magic. 10 total attacks again. Again, with the chilling effect, the yellows are going to need 5s, and the green is going to need a 6. 4 hits. Saving on a 6. Fails them all. Regen on a 5. Fails them all. So this little squad of veterans is going to knock out the chariot. So the next thing we're going to do is this whole building of pig stickers. This whole building of short bows is going to fire at that unit of wraiths. Too close for stealth to matter, so 20 shots hitting on a 5. 5 hits, saved on a 6. Failed them all. Regen on a 5. So they lose 3. The final Wraith has to make a test out of 3. Yeah, he's still sticking around. Now both of the bards in those units are going to both cast Nightmare Spirit on this guy, which means they're both going to get a 4 up, and it's going to be 4 hits apiece. So 1 goes off. That's how I can cast spells, just throw multiples at the same time. It's 4 hits with AP 2, but the AP doesn't matter. Saving on a 6. And regen on a 5. That's going to take him out. Turn 3 is done. There's a serious lack of undead on the board. This is not going the way I envisioned it. Turn 4. Turn 4, the Banshee is just going back up a little bit. Scream here. Hitting on a 3. And saving on a 5. So 4 chickens go down. That's the last of the chicken riders themselves. Test for the leader. He's going to be pinned. Oh no! We'll just leave that there. We'll go right on to the next one. He's going to unpin. We're going to have these guys in the tower get down. Move this direction. Just so they will be close enough to fire at the Banshee without her stealth taking effect. So it's 10 shots hitting on a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. She saves on a 6. Fails all 4. Regeneration. She regens 2, but loses 2, so that means she's out. So with the Banshee going down, that means that there's no more undead on the board. All of the Halflings are just going to activate and hold. They're going to take the center objective. So in the end, it's going to be a Halfling victory. 5 victory points for unit kills. 2 points for holding the center objective for King of the Hill. To the Undead's 0. They were not able to kill a single unit of Halfling. I did not see this coming. The Halflings, not only did they win, but now they're going to have one heck of a celebration because all those chickens went down. I'm pretty sure celebration's going to be fried chickens and magical potatoes. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for the first game of Spooky Week here in the garage. Not only did the not spooky side win, they won in what might be the biggest lopsided victory in garage games history. So, as Spooky Week continues, next we're going to go on to 10mm and our vampire counts are going to terrorize. I haven't decided who yet, but they're going to terrorize the heck out of them because the spooky boys are going to need a win. Can't have Spooky Week with dead spooky guys. Well, I mean, the spooky guys are undead, so technically they're already dead. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you all next time. May your dice always roll 6s, and have a good rest of the week.